Welcome to this video. It accompanies the Mountain Folklore newspaper article I wrote about my recent experiences, at least at the time, up on Reading's scenic Mount Penn. The highest point in the city of Reading is the summit of Mount Penn at the William Penn Memorial Firetower, and that's where I was invited to come and help officiate the Reading Gravity Racing Association's inaugural Run What Ya Brung gravity racing downhill and Sisyphus uphill pushing competition. And we had a lot of fun. Next, I'm going to show you what the cars look like and what they sounded like coming down that hill. We believe they exceeded 50 miles an hour during the competition. Then I'm going to take you and show you a view from atop the fire tower because it was open. And then we'll finish up with a discussion with the chairman and executive director of Pagoda-Skyline Inc., Corrie Crupi, and some of the exciting plans that lie ahead for the fire tower. But now let's watch and listen to the cars zip by. Here they come. Listen. Well, that certainly was fun. And now back to the fire tower. The original structure was built in 1890 as a place to recreate and have fun. They had bowling alleys up there, and it was serviced by a trolley. That lasted until 1923 when a fire destroyed the building behind the tower. It was the dance hall area. And then it sat there till the 1950s till it was finally razed and destroyed to make way for something new. Meanwhile, the Great Depression, or so it was called, of 1929, that lasted for years, had an impact, and a project by the WPA saw men construct a new stone fire tower, and it was ultimately named the William Penn Memorial Firetower. And here are some images of the tower as it was going up in the 1930s. And by the way, the walls that you see if you ever visit Mount Penn were also constructed during that time, the stone walls that line Skyline Drive. Today, well, at least that is the day I'm doing this narrative and video in 2026, the summit of Mount Penn stands at about 1,100 feet on the site of the William Penn Memorial Fire Tower, and the fire tower stretches up into the sky to about 1,239 feet. The wonderful non-profit preservation group Pagoda-Skyline Incorporated has been working diligently to keep this place in good shape so that the public can enjoy it for generations to come. And it's also on the National Registry of Historic Places, fire towers in particularly. Now, I'm going to climb up the tower and show you what it looks like from the top on a clear, sunny, but windy day. Yeah, there's some wind going on up here today. I'm at the summit of Reading's historic Mount Penn, and I am also at the summit of Reading's historic William Penn Memorial Fire Tower. I'm going to walk you around the outside. Wow, I just climbed the steps. I won't be doing that again anytime soon. Great though, worth the effort. What a view. This fire tower was built on the summit of Mount Penn on Skyline Drive. So in this direction, toward the east, you could see the Ole Valley. They could see if any smoke was coming up, any fire problems. Let's continue on. And now we're looking kind of northeast on the spine of the mountain here, the very ridge. That's why you see all the radio towers and relay towers and such. Beautiful. The forest below is loaded with trails. There's an area mountain bike association called BAMBA that's done a wonderful job maintaining and building trails in partnership with the folks of 3 different organizations that kind of watch over this amazing natural resource. Now we're moving and we're going to swing toward the north here, and then we'll swing toward the northwest. Below us you can see Skyline Drive. And let's go back here. So now we're looking toward a suburb of Reading, Pennsylvania called Hyde Park and Laureldale beyond. And then off in the distance, that mountain range way out there, that's probably about 30 miles away. That's where the Appalachian Trail runs over the spine of our Blue Mountains here in the ridge on its way from Georgia up to Maine. A lot of hawks and eagles and raptors and birds migrate along this mountain ridge. There we can look down into what was once the thriving hub of the Reading Railroad, once the largest corporation in the world, the Reading Railroad was. Still on the monopoly board. Off in the distance, right in the center of the screen, you can see the Reading Municipal Airport. And now we're looking down, more toward the west of the city of Reading as it's laid out there. And if you look now in the center of the screen, you can see the County Services Building and the courthouse behind that, the Doubletree Hotel, the parking lots, the Penn Street Bridge now. Way over in the distance there, that cut in the mountains, that's where Lancaster Pike, or Route 222, goes from Reading and connects down to Lancaster. Continuing on, we're back to where we started. Parking lot below. Right in the middle of the screen there, you can see the roof of Reading's famous and historic pagoda sticking out with the American flag waving. So that's our tour from the summit turret of the William Penn Memorial Firetower. Okay, so as you can see, there's a safety railing here around the tower. It's not open all the time. I'm with Corrie Crupi. She has been so instrumental in keeping this historic landmark vibrant and literally restored and open to the public. So first of all, let's get this straight, because a lot of people don't realize there are, as far as I know, 3 organizations that have to do with Mount Penn up here, okay? There's the Pagoda-Skyline. They're mainly like the pagoda, right?
Pagoda-Skyline is our group.
Okay.
And we do everything.
Okay, so that's Pagoda-Skyline.
And we were established in 1970.
Okay.
And we've been up here ever since.
And there's the Mount Penn Preserve.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Pagoda Foundation.
Pagoda Foundation.
And
that's
take care of the pagoda.
The pagoda. Okay, and that's just undergoing some restoration. So we're up here, beautiful view. Some days you can look down toward the southeast and see the gleaming skyscrapers of Philadelphia.
That's right. That's right.
Today, as I look out there, let me just pan over here quick. Off in the distance, if you look real closely, you can see the towers, the cooling towers of Limerick down there. See that? Yeah, they're right there in the center of the screen. Amazing. Okay, let's get back to Corrie. So Corrie, tell us, do you have a title here for what you do with the
Sure,
I'm
chairman of the board for the past 32 years.
Okay, and the mission is?
The mission is to preserve, educate, and restore the pagoda, the tower, and the skyline area.
Okay, and what's the thing you need the most help with?
Oh, 2 things, volunteers and money.
Okay.
We have some big plans. We'd like to build a nice pavilion up here so that when our group has events, or some of the other entities on this mountain has events, we're gonna have a nice fundraiser after the Blue Mountain Sports Car Association, the hill climbs. They're really instrumental. They're with us every day up here. After we build a pavilion, then we'd like to recreate the stage area. That way we have a nice area where bands could play. People like you, Dave, because you love being up here on the mountain.
It's hard to believe in this day and age when there's so many distractions, least of which is the internet, you know, not least of which I should say, that back in the day, we're talking about the turn of the century, 1800 into 1900, the 10s, the 20s, 1930s, maybe even the 40s and early 50s. Mm-hmm. The form of recreation for people would be to hike from the city of Reading or the valley of Mount Penn or the suburbs, and they would hike these hiking trails up to these places on top of the mountain because, as we feel right now, the air is crisp and cool.
That's right.
It's wonderful. And there used to be luxury hotels and trains and trolleys that came up here, and all of that's long gone.
Well, that's why it's such a wonderful place, and that's why I love it. You know, anybody who knows I love history, and when I'm up here, I can feel the history. You know, and
you've written a book about this place.
Yeah, a couple books.
So that stuff's long gone, but it sounds like you're trying to at least restore like the ability for people to come up and recreate and listen to music and have some nice food, all the things that most of us have in common that we enjoy.
And just enjoy, and you know what? Have some peace on top of this mountain. Have some reflection. And that's what's really important up here. You said about the crisp air. get out of the bake ovens in the city, all the brick houses all around. Come on up on the mountain and enjoy. You know, it's here for everyone.
Yeah, it really is something, and it's kind of free. You just come up, right?
Yes.
Really awesome. And just to look out over the scenery is mind-boggling. Like right now, we're looking past you into the Ole Valley, and a little bit to my right would be down toward Philadelphia, and then behind us would be the city of Reading and all the suburbs like Wyomissing and those places.
I'll tell you, an amazing spectacle is on World War II weekend when you've got the old planes coming in, and we're right in line with the airport. If we stand over here,
Yep. Go ahead, walk over there.
we can just about touch the planes. We had Air Force One come through a few times, and we stood here with flags waving. I don't know if they ever saw us, but they're right here between the two towers. Is the direct
right there.
line to the airport.
Yep. So I've been in those planes during my time in broadcasting.
Yeah.
I got to hitch a ride on some of those planes, buzzing over the top of Mount Penn here. What a thrill. Oh my God, they opened the cockpit too. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for you, yeah, you like that.
So, you know, I travel a lot, and any city that I've ever been to that has a amazing natural resource like this Skyline Ridge and the drive and the architecture and the topography of the land, they're all capitalizing on it. They have restaurants. So I am glad that you and your peers are trying to, you know, reestablish this and preserve. Just tell us, because you're a historian, it would boggles people's mind to know that the luxury hotel that used to be up here, serviced by trains and trolleys. Tell us a little bit about the history of that and its demise.
Okay. Well, that was built at the time that this was popular up here. We had an old tower that was 2 or 3 stories high that was built right here where this fire tower is built. And to the south, we had the luxury hotel called the Summit House Hotel. And people would just flock up here in the summer. It was seasonal. They'd come up in the summer and just dance, have a lovely dinner, you know, things like that. So that was built at the time that the gravity, the heyday, about 1888 is when the Summit Hotel was built. And with it being seasonal and the harsh winters, really dry,
Right.
it kind of deteriorated. And June 1959 is when it was just a white elephant and the city tore it down.
Yeah.
But imagine if that was here today.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's walk back over here out of the wind. It's windy up here. It's not this windy down below, but it's really amazing. Yeah, see, it's so calm and still out here. Okay, well, Corrie, we do appreciate your efforts. Let me shake your hand. I know you for decades now, right?
I know.
We've done so many great things, New Year's Eve parties at the
Yeah.
Pagoda and bike races up here and all the other things,
And
the car
everything was
races.
so enjoyable and
Always.
so nice, and people love coming up on the mountain, so come on up.
There you go. There you go. Oh, well, how can they find out, though, you know, before they travel up here, when this particular structure, the fire tower, is open?
We do have a Facebook page, and since we're volunteers, we don't really have a structure yet, but normally you can find us open on a Sunday. That seems to be the big day that everybody's able to come up and open up the building. Sometimes on a Saturday. But our Facebook page is Pagoda-Skyline Inc.
Okay.
You know, or you can go on my Facebook, Corrie Crupi, and we broadcast it, you know, that way.
Okay. How many steps did we just climb to get up here?
158.
It felt like 5,042,000.
It's 1,200
We're not
feet,
spring chickens
12
anymore.
Stories.
Good Lord.
I know, it took me forever to come up, but I made it, and I took my time and looked around, and I love the stonework. I love that's peace for me.
Yeah.
Being around the stones, yeah.
For sure. Again, Corrie, thank you for your stellar work. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thanks for being here and everything that you do, and I know you always help the mountain also.
Thanks. Here's something guaranteed to give you vertigo. Let's go up. Let's come back down real close in. Now we're at the bottom of the William Penn Memorial Firetower. Coming back down the steps was easier than going up, I assure you. We're looking at the summit of Mount Penn. Just past that picnic table in the middle of the screen, you'll see some white lines on the road. That is the actual summit, just a few feet past that. And this is the site right here where the old hotel was. And the trains would come up, trolleys and stuff, and I'll just show you some of the ruins. You can get some hint of what it used to look like. You had stone steps that came up from Skyline Drive itself. Looking down now over the patio area. Down there in the distance, the city of Reading. And now we just have a field. And looking this way, the backside of Mount Penn. This is where they are working to put up a pavilion. And man, I hope they get that done, because that would be an awesome place to play music shows. They still do Easter dawn services up here. And that's a tradition that goes way back. Looking at some more of the old stone wall remnants of what used to be here. And if you follow that road here that goes around the wall and goes down into the woods, you end up on the backside of Mount Penn, heading towards landmarks like Stokesay Castle and the Reading Liederkranz. So there you have it. And of course, I was enjoying watching the vultures and the hawks fly overhead. They're up there soaring now, just wondering, that must be the greatest thing in the world to be able to do that. And look at this, we have a butterfly bush and we have visitors. There's always great things to see and enjoy here. What a fabulous natural resource this is. Cool air up on top of the mountain. Skyline Drive, Mount Penn, Reading, Pennsylvania, Berks County, USA. This has been Dave Kline for the Mountain Folklore newspaper column. Thanks for watching the video, and thanks for reading the column if you do.